Betelgeuse, a name that echoes throughout the annals of astronomy. It's a star that's been known for centuries, visible to the naked eye from Earth, glowing as a bright red dot on the shoulder of Orion, the hunter. But beyond its mesmerizing glow lies something far more astonishing. Betelgeuse is no ordinary star. It's a red supergiant, one of the largest types of stars in the universe, and it's nearing the end of its life. That fact alone makes Betelgeuse one of the most closely watched celestial objects in modern astronomy. The life of a star like Betelgeuse is tumultuous, violent even, and right now it's in its final stages. If we place Betelgeuse where our Sun is, its outer layers would extend well beyond the orbit of Jupiter, engulfing everything from Mercury to Mars. We're talking about a star so massive that it dwarfs our entire solar system. But here's what really fascinates scientists. Betelgeuse is about to die. In the next 100,000 years, this star will explode in one of the most dramatic events in the universe, a supernova. The idea of a star exploding might sound distant or even abstract, but a supernova is one of the most powerful forces in the cosmos. It's a cataclysmic event where a star releases more energy in just a few seconds than our Sun will emit over its entire lifetime. When Betelgeuse finally goes supernova, it will be visible from Earth even during the day, brighter than the full moon for weeks. But while the explosion itself would be a spectacular sight, it's what leads up to that moment that has scientists watching with bated breath. In recent years, Betelgeuse has shown some odd behavior. Normally, its brightness fluctuates, a natural process for a star of its type. However, in 2019, something strange happened. Betelgeuse began to dim. At first, it wasn't too alarming. Stars like Betelgeuse often change in brightness, but this time was different. Betelgeuse dimmed to a level that astronomers hadn't seen before. It became significantly fainter, causing widespread speculation that the star could be preparing for its final explosive act. This event became known as the Great Dimming. As scientists began to study Betelgeuse more closely, they realized that something extraordinary was happening. Observations from powerful telescopes, including the groundbreaking James Webb Space Telescope, revealed that Betelgeuse had ejected a massive amount of material from its surface. This material formed a cloud of dust around the star, blocking its light and causing the dimming that was visible from Earth. But this wasn't just any ordinary event. It was a surface mass ejection, far more powerful than the typical solar flares we see on the Sun. This led to even more questions. Was this a sign that Betelgeuse was closer to going supernova than we thought? The star has continued to show unusual behavior since the Great Dimming, with fluctuations in brightness that are twice as fast as usual. Some scientists believe that this could be a sign that Betelgeuse is nearing the critical moment when its core will collapse and trigger the supernova. But predicting when a star will explode is incredibly difficult. It could be tomorrow, or it could be thousands of years from now. Brian Cox, a renowned physicist and science communicator, has described Betelgeuse as a ticking time bomb. The star's instability, combined with its sheer size and age, suggests that it's nearing the end of its life. But when exactly will it go supernova? That's the million-dollar question. Despite all the tools and technology at our disposal, we still don't have a precise answer. However, scientists are closely monitoring the star, using the latest in observational technology to gather as much data as possible. The James Webb Space Telescope has been pivotal in this research. Launched in 2021, it's one of the most advanced space observatories ever created. With its powerful infrared capabilities, the telescope is able to peer through the dust clouds surrounding Betelgeuse, giving astronomers a clearer view of what's happening inside the star. What they've found is fascinating. The surface of Betelgeuse is incredibly turbulent, with massive convective cells, essentially bubbles of hot gas, rising and falling across its surface. These convective motions, combined with the material being ejected from the star, are clear indicators that Betelgeuse is in a highly unstable phase of its life. To understand why Betelgeuse is behaving this way, we need to look at the life cycle of a massive star. Stars like Betelgeuse are born in massive clouds of gas and dust. Over millions of years, gravity pulls these clouds together, causing the material to collapse into a dense core. As the core heats up, nuclear fusion begins, and the star ignites, shining brightly as it converts hydrogen into helium. But eventually, a star like Betelgeuse runs out of fuel. When this happens, It can no longer sustain the nuclear reactions at its core, and gravity begins to take over. The star's core contracts, while the outer layers expand, turning the star into a red supergiant. This is the phase that Betelgeuse is in right now. Its core is burning through the last of its fuel, fusing heavier and heavier elements, until one day it reaches iron. And that's when everything changes. When a star's core is primarily composed of iron, nuclear fusion can no longer occur. Iron doesn't release energy when it fuses. It actually absorbs energy. So as the core fills with iron, the pressure that's been holding the star up against gravity disappears. The core collapses in on itself, triggering a massive shockwave that tears the star apart. This is the supernova explosion, the death throes of a massive star. What makes Betelgeuse's impending supernova so exciting for scientists is that it will give us a front-row seat to one of the most dramatic events in the universe. Supernovae are incredibly rare, and they only occur in stars much larger than our Sun. The last supernova visible from Earth was in 1604, observed by astronomer Johannes Kepler. But Betelgeuse is much closer to us than Kepler's supernova, and when it goes, it will be a sight like no other. But what about Earth? Should we be worried? The short answer is no. Even though Betelgeuse is relatively close to us in cosmic terms, about 640 light-years away, the explosion won't pose any danger to life on Earth. The radiation from the supernova will be absorbed by our atmosphere, and while it will be incredibly bright in the sky, it won't have any harmful effects on our planet. However, it will have a profound impact on the scientific community. When Betelgeuse goes supernova, it will release a torrent of information. The explosion will produce neutrinos, high-energy particles that travel through space at nearly the speed of light. Scientists have already set up detectors around the world to capture these neutrinos, which will provide valuable data about the processes happening inside the star as it collapses. Additionally, the light from the supernova will allow astronomers to study the elements created in the explosion. Supernovae are responsible for creating many of the heavy elements in the universe, including the ones that make up our own planet. In fact, every atom of iron in your blood was forged in the heart of a dying star. Supernovae are essential to the formation of planets and life itself, and Betelgeuse's explosion will give us a unique opportunity to study these processes in real time. But until that day comes, all we can do is wait. Betelgeuse may not explode in our lifetimes, or it might go off tomorrow. The star continues to surprise scientists with its strange behavior, and every new piece of data brings us closer to understanding what's happening inside this colossal star. In the meantime, Betelgeuse serves as a reminder of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of the universe. Stars are born, they live, and they die, and in their death they give rise to new stars, new planets, and new possibilities. As we continue to study Betelgeuse and other stars like it, we gain a deeper appreciation for the vastness and complexity of the cosmos. So, the next time you look up at the night sky and see the familiar outline of Orion, take a moment to think about the star that sits on his shoulder, a star that's lived for millions of years and is now nearing the end of its journey. Betelgeuse's fate is a powerful reminder that even the brightest stars must one day fade, but in their final moments, they leave behind a legacy that shapes the universe for eons to come.